Hey, it's Mirna from Happiness Academy. Welcome to the Happiness Academy podcast, a place where you can discover practical, simple, yet effective tools from the science of positive psychology. You're at the right place if you're looking to live a life of well-being and joy, staying resilient when facing any challenges, and incorporating a sense of meaning in things you do. Ready? Let's dive in. Life is so short. It flies so fast. It comes with so many decisions, so many choices, so many options, and so many fears of not doing the best out of it. Now, in this video, I want to explore how can we, both me and you, live our life to the fullest by making some courageous choices, by truly owning our story. And I'm not talking about it in a fluffy, motivational way, no cliches. I really want to talk about it in a practical how-to guide. How can we make the best out of our life by living it more fully, more courageously, in a practical way with practical 5 steps. But before I get into steps, I just want to put your attention a little bit on this part that makes this living our life to the best and living courageously difficult. And that is that it's really hard to find the right measure of how much do we want to do, how many experiences fit in our lifetime, how do we choose the right experiences, because whatever we choose means that we are giving a lot of other things away. I think one of the biggest dilemmas and difficulties of modern life is we can do anything, but we can't do everything. And that means that every day comes with many choices. And then we easily can fall in one of the 2 traps. One trap is we do too little. We settle into the routine. We make some choices early, like choices on what will we study, what work will we do, maybe who will we marry. Somebody makes it early, somebody doesn't. But in some way, we make some choices early, we commit with those, and we stay with those choices as a default, living the life out of habit and routine without challenging ourselves enough, without being courageous to say yes to new things, to new adventures, to stretching ourselves, to challenges, to things we truly want to do. Or we fall into the opposite trap. We want to do everything, we want to do it now. We chase everything in life at the same time. You're guessing that's more of my trap, probably. No, that, we have maybe FOMO, that's not so much my thing, but like fear of missing out. Maybe we just feel there's so many things we're passionate about and so many things we want to do. And then we pack our life with experiences, we pack our life with amazing friends, but then there are too many experiences, too many friends, and too many options to truly savor each, to truly live each to its full depth, to truly be mindful about each. And in this case, we might need to be a bit more courageous about saying no, not necessarily about saying yes to more adventures, but about protecting what truly matters and what will truly give us depth without fear of saying no to anything else that became noise or a distraction. Both of these things require courage. Achieving that balance between saying yes to enough of adventures, but also courage of saying no to too many adventures, are difficult. That's why today, in 5 steps, I'm leading you through how to live life more courageously. Are you ready? Let's start with step number 1. Step number 1 is, it all starts with life vision. The question number 1, do you have a life vision somehow defined and written down somewhere? If not, it's time to do it. If yes, it's time to question it. How is this vision working out for you right now? When you read it, is it inspiring you? Do you know it even when you're not looking at the paper and when you're not reading it? Do you know what your life vision is about? What the most important thing about life vision is, that is often misunderstood. It is that it's not about what your vision is specifically, but instead what truly matters is what your vision does for you. I'll repeat that. It's not about what your vision is. Instead, the important thing is what your vision does for you. Vision should serve as sort of a compass. It should be something that gives you direction, something that gives you clarity, something that helps you make decisions and choices that are truly yours and that are with integrity and with decisiveness. It's something that should help you maintain courage in your choices and also maintain clarity in your choices. So vision is all about these two things: motivation and courage on one hand, and then clarity and direction on the other hand. One of the things where we get stuck sometimes with designing that vision is like, I don't know what my life vision is. Yeah, it's rarely who knows really, really well. It's not about knowing ideal, perfectionist vision and exactly what you want to commit your whole life to. No, instead think about what I said before. It's not what your vision is, it's what your vision does for you. So wherever you are in life, and regardless of how much clarity you have of your next steps and what you want to achieve, I would strongly recommend to sit down and craft what your life vision is for your life, looking at it from the moment in which you are right now. It doesn't matter if you don't have the full clarity, but what it does matter is that you choose certain direction, that you put it in some sort of words, and that you use those words for clarity and for courage. And even if you shape it in a way that at this moment doesn't resonate 100%, even if you feel it's not perfect, that's fine. Vision is something that keeps evolving throughout our whole life. It's something that we keep changing with new adventures, with new learning, with our personal growth, with new insights. So as we grow, our vision changes and grows a lot as well. And that's fine. Vision is not a goal that you tick off. It's not a big achievement you're striving to achieve. No, vision is how you want to live your life. What is the level of clarity, direction, and intention that you have for your life? So if you don't have your vision yet, that's the first thing to do. Why? Because from what I was saying before, very often living courageous, meaningful, fulfilled life means to say yes to the right things even when they're scary, and to jump into the new things that you want even when they're scary or difficult. And it also means to say no to things that are not aligned with how you want to live. And that's sometimes very hard to recognize if you don't have clarity of your vision and values. So sit down, write your vision. If you need help crafting that, you're very welcome to join us on some of the live design workshops. It's a 3-hour workshop delivered usually online, in which in a small group, up to 8, I help you with many questions to go through different parts and steps in your thinking and to truly craft a vision that resonates with you right now. Live Design Workshop is available every 3 months in a live format, meaning online, but on a Zoom call where we interact and discuss and so on. Or it's also available in on-demand format where you can book it and do it for yourself. I guide you through every step of the process. It still takes 3 hours, but you can do it in your own time in the way that works best for you. I would strongly encourage you, if you don't have clarity of this, to or join the live design workshop or find some other way and space and time to reflect and define sort of a direction for your life and for your vision. Without that, you're just drifting, and you might turn back in some years and realize you wasted so much time, and that can be avoided by designing your life vision. Okay, with that was our most comprehensive step. So with that, let's aim for step number 2. Step number 2 is putting it in action, challenging yourself, doing things, doing adventures, listing up for things that are meaningful to you and things that you want to do more of. Now that's all about action, but it's also about action that's aligned with your vision and your values. It's about saying yes to things that are meaningful, even if they're scary and challenging, even better if they're scary and challenging if they're meaningful, and saying no to other things, and both is difficult. So when you're stepping into a new challenge or into a new action, the most important criteria is this aligned with my life vision, with how I want to live, with my values? What do I want to truly do? What do I want to spend my life on? And with that in mind, you can craft your list of goals or list of activities you want to do, or sort of a bucket list. But what you're aiming for here is knowing what you want to step into and ideally making it a little bit challenging. Why is challenge so important? Because challenge leads us towards having life with more flow, and You can listen about that in another podcast on flow. But it also leads us to having life of meaning, to have a feeling of growth and becoming our best self, to become more of what we are, to keep on developing, to keep on evolving. There is no growth without pushing for something that's challenging to us. That doesn't mean we have to challenge ourselves every minute of every day, but it does mean that we cannot be in a state of permanent relaxation, routine, and boredom and still expect our life to be exciting, meaningful, and courageous, right? So to say courageously yes to some challenges, it's important to work a little bit with your mindset and to really look into the aspect of, how can I be better at stepping out of my comfort zone in a meaningful way? How can I be better at pushing myself and be courageous? And that's something where it's really important to work with your mind and recognize your thought patterns and thought habits that help you challenge yourselves or that prevent you from challenging yourself. These are also the topics with which we work on 2 of Happiness Academy courses, the one on mindset and the one on resilience, where we, in online setting, in a small group, in highly interactive way, we explore how to work better, dealing with challenges, stepping into challenges, and so on. So check those. I will link them into the description if you feel like you would want to be better with this, with stepping into the challenge, with really framing the challenges in a way that they seem great for you. Check those out and join us potentially. Now, what is important with challenge? And that's kind of leaning between step 2 and 3. What is important for challenge is when you're challenging yourselves that you also set up yourself for positive experience. What do I mean there? There is this saying, just step out of your comfort zone. You want to grow, just step out of your comfort zone. But actually, just stepping out of your comfort zone can give you growth or can give you trauma. If you step out of your comfort zone way too wildly, too crazy, too far out there, and you don't set up yourself up for success. So when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you do want to set up yourself for fairly positive experience. That can mean setting up yourself for success, that you build the right steps and skills and support, that you truly do well in that activity. Or if that activity or challenge is more risky, that you set up yourself for a process that will give you learning out of that experience, even if you don't succeed in your goal and in your intention. And that will give you some positive learnings, evolution, and consequences of that experience. So that leads me into step number 3. So in step number 2, you want to step out of comfort zone, step more into action in a meaningful way, aligned with your vision, and also do that in a way that you set up yourself for positive experience. But then step number 3 is equally important. And that one is about how will you think and frame and build your mindset around that experience when you engage with it. If it's a challenging experience, you want to ensure to work with your mind and mindset, to do your best in that experience, but also to keep telling yourself a positive, empowering story during and after that experience. What does that mean? How experience felt ultimately doesn't depend on how the activity went, but it depends on our thoughts, and as a consequence of our thoughts, of our emotions about that experience. And our thoughts are basically our self-talk, how we engage with the experience, what I say to myself during and throughout the experience, and how do I explain that experience and the meaning of that experience to myself after the experience. This is hugely important. Was this experience an opportunity for growth and learning, or was this a failure and embarrassment? What happened here? What are my learnings? What are my achievements? Even if experience didn't go optimally, how am I growing through that experience? What was good about it? What did I enjoy about it? All these questions are something we might want to explore and work with in our mindset. So again, invitation, if that's something that you feel it's challenging for you, do check out Build Powerful Mindset course at Happiness Academy, which goes in online episodes over 10 weeks, in which we engage in a conversation, work with different tools to improving kind of your thinking patterns and to empower your thinking patterns more. So this is so important because that is what ultimately will leave the memory of that experience. That will what will give you learning out of that experience. But that is also what will play into your identity and how you feel about things you're doing. And some of these experiences will create your image of yourself. And that's something you want to be really careful about, how you engage with experiences mentally. Now, are you ready for step number 4? Step number 4 is to not just shape this experience by using your thoughts and your mindset, but to also train your mindset in assessing experiences in an empowered way by building habits in your thinking. Some of the habits you want to build in your thinking is habit of learning. What am I learning out of this? What are my insights and discoveries? To ask that every day for every experience. The second question to train our mind into is, what can I be proud of? In this specific experience, what can I be proud of? How can I be proud of myself or something I've done? What can I be proud of? What is my achievement here? What have I done well? But then also gratitude. What can I be grateful for in this experience? And finally, ultimately, how is this experience making me a better person? Seriously, that's a question you want to ask about every experience in your life. How did this experience impacted my growth, and how did it make me a better person? Practice those questions with every experience all the time. Journal on them, practice them until they become habits in your thinking. Doing that will lead you to be more courageous in stepping into next new challenges and new experiences, because you will know how many good things come out of every experience. And the final 5th step is do it all over again. Keep on doing it. Keep on challenging yourself. Keep on using your thoughts and self-talk to prime yourself to be successful in the challenge and also to explain it in a positive way. Let me very briefly tie in the 5 things I named and show you a little bit more how they connect with living more courageously. So, to live more courageously, you want to start with building a vision that gives you clarity and motivation, that inspires you and makes you more courageous. That is the first and the most important step. Again, if you don't have it covered, join us for Life Design. The second step is then to act on that vision, to make plans, goals, list of activities, a bucket list maybe, plan for the year, to reflect on this often. What is the next activity, the next challenge, the next learning, the next opportunity for growth I should step into to fully live my vision? And when stepping into that new activity, to challenge yourself in a positive way, but to also set up yourself for success, realistically, meaning in terms of resources, support, circumstances, but also mentally, meaning in terms of your mindset. And then throughout that specific experience, work on your mind to perceive it as a valuable experience, even if it wasn't easy, and to extract learning and positivity out of that experience. That will boost your confidence for next experience. That will boost your motivation to engage in more experiences like that. And then step number 4 was to keep on practicing that mindset also out of challenging experiences in order to prepare yourself for future challenges, to make it easier, to make it habit in your thinking and not the conscious stories that you have to build. And then number 5 was just doing it all over again and just living life that way, that we keep engaging in meaningful activity and challenges in a mindful way, in a courageous way, with a positive mindset, and all of them aligned with our vision and values. I truly hope that you will take this today as a practical guide to how to live life with more courage, with more meaning, how to engage with life more fully, and how to be more courageous with saying yes to things, but also with saying no to things, and be selective about what we truly let into our life, but then living those things fully, with full depth, full mindfulness, full excitement, full positive emotions, and full meaning. Here's to your courageous life, and maybe see you on Life Design Workshop if you want to work on your life vision, or on Mindset online course if you would like to work on your thinking patterns and how you process experiences. For both, check out the comments with link on more. As always, all the questions and ideas are most welcome. I would also love to stay connected with you through Happiness Academy newsletter, which I send every Thursday with new insights, tools, and sometimes new podcasts. on all the different topics related to well-being, resilience, living a fulfilled life. Sign up in comments. Oh, one more thing, almost forgot it. While we are talking about courageous life and living life more courageously, that also might be something where you might want to have a source of support and ideas. And at Happiness Academy, we are doing a program that's called My Remarkable Year. That is an incredible program to support you in shaping, designing, and live your life more fully. Now, how My Remarkable Year looks like, I won't go into too many details because I'll also link the description in the comments of this video. But how it looks like, it's sort of something between a course and a coaching group and a support group and a discussion group and many other things, in which we meet with a small group of 8 amazing people for one call per month throughout the year. So it's like 2 hours every month throughout the year. The minimum investment for maximum impact. And at the beginning of the year, you work a little bit on your life design and define kind of your goals and intentions and how you want to live throughout that year. And then throughout that year, on each of the calls, we work on 3 areas in your life: on your self-development, on your well-being, and on your goals. We touch on all of these. Each month, you reconnect with your goals, you share them a little bit with others, you reconnect with how are you doing on those goals, where are you progressing, where do you might need more focus or support. And then we also discuss different tools, and I share with you different positive psychology tools and techniques and different interactive exercises from areas of positive psychology, well-being, self-development, specific to your challenge of the moment. So every month we have a little bit of a light theme that we're focusing on, but overall the whole course, coaching, whatever, however to call it, is mostly really focused on what you need at the moment and where are you at the moment and which tools and challenges might be the best for you to connect with. So if that sounds interesting, I know that was a bit of a vague description, there is a lot to say about this program, but if that sounds interesting as a concept, do reach out. The best way of doing that is through Happiness Academy website, through the contact form. I will link it into the description of this podcast. But you can also reach out if you're on the newsletter by simply replying to any of the newsletters I send. And let's connect one-on-one and talk a little bit more about if this program is right for you. Because for me, it's also really important that people who join are also people who will gain the value out of the program and that are the right fit with the program and with the group. So if that sounds interesting, get in touch. Let's jump on one-on-one, no obligations, and explore if this might be the right fit for you. I wish you a courageous day, a courageous week, and a courageous life, and see you soon. Thank you for exploring this topic with me. I hope you found some exciting ideas and tools that you will use already today. Remember, they only work if you put them in practice, but then they make all the difference. If you like Happiness Academy podcast, do leave us a rating and a review. It will be really helpful. And if you haven't done it yet, click on the links in the episode description to discover free materials and valuable resources to dive in deeper. See you in the next episode or at the Happiness Academy newsletter.